What is up, everybody? We're back here at King Film Sports for another playoff video here before the wildcard round. And in this one, I'm going to be explaining every team's easiest path to Super Bowl 56. And obviously, once they get to the Super Bowl, you got to be prepared to play anybody. But with this playoff format, you can get lucky with the teams that you face. So in this video, I'm going to be going through all 14 teams' easiest path to the Super Bowl. First team, we got the Titans, the 1 seed in the AFC. Now, this one, I think, is pretty simple. They want us to play the 7 seed Steelers. I know they lost in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago, but now they have a lot of their guys back, and I just do not think that the Steelers will be able to hang with them, especially at home here off of bye, getting King Henry back. Then I think that the Titans want to play the Raiders, not the 6 seed Patriots, because I think the Raiders are just a better matchup. The Raiders aren't very stout against the run. The Patriots are, so I think the Raiders just pretty soft defense except for their pass rush, and if the Titans just run the ball, they'll be good there. So I think Steelers in the divisional, Raiders in the conference title game would be the most optimal for Tennessee. Then we get to the Chiefs, and I have a pretty similar path for them. They beat the Steelers in the wild card round. Then they get to play the Raiders in the divisional round. They've already smacked the Raiders twice. I think they have an average victory of like 35 in their 2 meetings. So safe to say that they'd win that in the divisional, and they really want to play the Raiders again. And then probably you'd say the Patriots in the AFC title game. They definitely don't want to go to Nashville to face the Titans. So I think Patriots, even with Bill Belichick, they got a rookie quarterback. So at home in Arrowhead, I think the Chiefs really would want this scenario. Next, we get to the Bills, and so they got to beat the Patriots first round. That's a pretty tough matchup, but then I have them playing the Raiders in Buffalo. I think they would want that matchup to happen a lot. I think that's a win for them. And then I have them playing the Steelers in the conference title game here. And I know these two teams played week 1 in Buffalo. Steelers edged out the victory, but I mean, at this point in the season in Buffalo, you got to take Josh Allen in the Bills. They're just a much better team. So if the Bills get this scenario, I think they're headed to the Super Bowl. Next, we got the Bengals, and first round, they've obviously got to dispose of the Raiders, wild card weekend. Then they actually get another playoff game with the Patriots beating the Bills, and then so they host that, and I think they'd probably win that. And then they face the Steelers, who they already drubbed twice, not to mention that they get that at home. So Bengals, even at the 4 spot, can get all these games at home, and that would propel them to Super Bowl 56. Next, we got the Raiders, who are going on the road wild card weekend to face the Bengals. So let's say they win that. Then I have them in this scenario hosting their next 2 games. So first, we have them hosting the Patriots in the divisional round. They would win that, and then you're playing the Steelers, who the Raiders beat them in Pittsburgh early on in the season. So the Raiders would take that in Las Vegas and then head to the Super Bowl there. Next, we get to the 6-seeded Patriots, and got to beat the Bills in the first round. Then I think it's that exact same scenario with the Raiders, except the Patriots just win that game. The Patriots would love to go to Las Vegas in the second round to play the Raiders. Then they get to host the AFC title game in Foxborough, Patriots-Steelers, and the Patriots win that there. Next, we go to the Steelers, and pretty similar to the other ones. So you got the Steelers, they got to win against the Chiefs. Then they got to go to Tennessee and win. Then they advance to the conference title game where they face the Raiders. I actually think the Raiders are probably a more favorable matchup for them than the Patriots, but it could be debatable. Either way, they play all their games at home regardless because they are the worst overall seed. But in this scenario, they have a pretty easy path to make it to the Super Bowl. Now we get to the NFC here, where first we're going to be showing the Packers, who have the bye. So in this one, we got them playing the Eagles in the divisional round because the Eagles would beat the Bucs and then head to Lambeau. Packers, big win there. And then I think actually their easiest matchup would be to play the Arizona Cardinals I just think that at this point in the season, the Cardinals are a finesse team, and the Packers went into Arizona on Thursday night earlier this year and beat them very shorthanded, ended their undefeated run. So I think Packers want to face the Cardinals if they got to choose, and the Eagles in the divisional, and they'd advance to the Super Bowl there. Next, we got the Bucks. So got to beat the Eagles in Wild Card Weekend. Then I think they too would want to face the Cardinals at home. I think that's a favorable matchup for them. I feel like they'd be good at containing Kyler Murray, them in that defense. And then I'd have them facing the Niners rather than the Packers. I have the Niners going into Lambeau winning. So then they host the Niners. And the key to Tampa Bay's success, really, I think if they want to get to the Super Bowl, is they got to host games because they are so much better at home than they are away. So this happens. If they get all 3 games at home, I think they will advance to the Super Bowl. Next, we got the Cowboys. So obviously got to beat San Francisco at home. That could be a bit of a challenge there. Niners are a good team, but let's say they win that. Then I actually have them rematching the Cardinals. I know the same matchup happened in Dallas a couple weeks back, but I think the Cowboys are actually the better team. So give me the Cowboys there. I think they want that matchup again at home. And then Cowboys-Eagles. The Cowboys blew out the Eagles twice this season. So I think in Jerry World for the conference championship game, Cowboys would win that there, advance to the Super Bowl. Next, we got the Rams at the 4 seed. Now, this one's pretty interesting because they could actually host all of their games in the playoffs if they play all of the wild card teams. But I actually don't think that's what's best for them. I have them beating the Cardinals here. Then I have the Cowboys beating the Niners. As you guys have seen, the Niners have a really favorable matchup against McVay and the Rams. They've won 6 straight games. So even if they host the Niners, I still think they'd want to go to Jerry World. I think that's just a more favorable matchup. So say they get that there in the divisional round, then they win. Then I have them hosting the Eagles. They win that, then they also get to host the Super Bowl in SoFi Stadium. Next, we go to the Cardinals here, and Cardinals got a win in LA that first round. Then they actually get to go home and play the next 2 games. They actually haven't been that good at home, though, this season. They have a very favorable matchup against the... They beat them both times this season, one of the times with Colt McCoy, and that was pretty lopsided in San Francisco. So Cardinals at home here. They'll get the win there, and then they also get to play at home against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. That would be a dream for the Cardinals. They'd advance to the Super Bowl there. Next, we get to the Niners, who got to beat the Cowboys first round. Then I actually don't have the Eagles winning in their first round matchup in this scenario. I think the Niners want to play the Packers in the divisional round. I think this is the most favorable scenario here because you're getting Aaron Rodgers a little bit rusty after that bye week. They didn't look great in that Lions game. And the Niners have been pretty good against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 against the Niners in the playoffs, and the Niners could run it down their throat. So then I have them advancing to the NFC title game, where they will play the LA Rams, who obviously explained they have a great matchup against. They'd love that matchup in the NFC title game, and they would advance to the Super Bowl. Next and final scenario of the video, we get to the Eagles, the 7th seed in the NFC. So first here, got to advance to the next round by beating the Bucks. That's going to be pretty tough for them. Then they got to go into Lambeau and win against the 1 seed Packers. And then I have them going to Arizona, where the Cardinals actually haven't been that good at home, and winning there, and that's their path to the Super Bowl. So with that being said, let me know what you think the easiest paths are for these teams in the playoffs. Do you have any disagreements? Please comment them down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.